Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my show, and thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I don't even want to pretend that this is business as usual. It's really not. I grew up in Switzerland. I came to the States about 20 years ago. I live here now. I'm a dual citizen. This is my country. And it's been a very, very difficult week. All the stuff that happened. My heart goes out to George Floyd's family. I have not been able to watch the video, and I'm not going to watch the video because it's just, it's just too much. Even now, I don't really have words. I'm a musician. I'm not particularly good with words, but I don't even have words for what happened. It's not right, and those who did it, they there has to be a trial, and justice needs to be served. Uh, it's also a fine line, I know that music is so powerful. It's here to uplift people. It's strong enough even in these times. It brings happiness. But the people like me, the artists that perform the music, sometimes it's difficult. And today it's kind of difficult for me because my heart is really sad. And I hope that in the near future, maybe it's just a dream, but I hope in the near future, the whole racism thing is going to be a thing of the past. And just a little bit of about me, my background. As I said, I grew up in Switzerland. Both of my parents are white, and I always say when I lived in Switzerland, I was a human being. The second I moved to the States, I became a black man. And I'm biracial. That in itself is kind of different. But unfortunately, it's really true. To this day, and I really hope that we're going to address this issue of racism with open hearts and open ears. And people that just want to listen to music, maybe you should zoom out, tune out for like a minute or two. But it's important to me, and we really have to open our hearts, and we have to be honest with ourselves. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, because with my background, coming from Switzerland, the phrase Black Lives Matter, it always caused a little question mark in my brain. I was like, for me, all lives matter. And of course they do. But I've really, I've come to the realization, and sometimes you have to realize that you were wrong. And I've come to the realization, when a building is on fire, you don't look at the building on the other side and say, oh yeah, but this building also matters. Of course it matters, but you have to go to the building that's on fire, and you have to extinguish the flames there. We all know all buildings matter. That's not the problem. But the building that's on fire, that's the building that you have to attack first. And that problem, the fire or whatever it is, that problem has to be solved first. And yeah, for a few years, I've struggled with this, and this week it has become so crystal clear. But if a certain ethnicity, if a certain race, I don't believe in race, but if you want to say certain race is under attack, you have to start right there. But the but at this moment is, I think, uncalled for. We have to really attack that problem. We have to face it. We have to open our hearts. And good news, I really thought, what can I do as a musician to just address this problem? And I called three other friends. I called Rebecca Jade, I called Matt Cousson and Najee, and we're actually doing we were going to release a song, hopefully in 2 weeks. We're going to release a song that we're not going to be preaching, but we're going to release a song that I hope is really going to speak to people's hearts, because there's a lack of love out there. And there's a certain song by Stevie Wonder. He addressed this decades ago, and I think it's time to reopen or re-examine that song by Stevie. But anyway, I'm going ahead. I think it's time for some music now. You know, music heals, and many years ago I wrote a song that I want to play now. The Calling. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
My Lisa behind the camera. Uh, besides what happened, I actually personally, on a personal level, I got very good news this week. I got something in the mail that's very special. It took a few years to get to me, but I finally got it. And we want to do a quick trip over here to the wall. I actually got 2 certificates from the Grammy Foundation from Naris. These are 2 certificates for records that were nominated for Grammys. This one was for The Reflection by Ketmo that I played keyboards on, and this one is a composer. This is for Herb Alpert's Human Nature album that came out in 2016. So it's been 4 years, but I finally got it, And also shout out to Hussein Jifri, who made this possible, that I was able to work on a song with Herb. So I got this in the mail this week, which is wonderful. All right, so I have a guest, and I'm really very excited to introduce the guest. I did an interview with Paula Atherton. Hi, Paula. Welcome to my show.
Hi, Greg. Good morning.
I'm so happy to have you. I'm honored to have you. And how have you been? And I know you're on the East Coast, New York. How are you guys doing? Is it getting back to normal?
It's getting a little better every day. It was really bad in the beginning, March and April. Like between 700 and 800 people a day were dying here. It's just surreal. It's so horrible. But we have a great governor here, and he's really been in charge and guiding everything. And he thinks that New York City can start opening June 8th.
June 8th. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Is it gradually going to open, or just all of a sudden everything is back to eating out in restaurants and haircuts?
I don't think that can happen, And it's a really rough spot for some restaurants because they want to open, because a lot of them are on the verge of going out of business,
Yes.
But if they open half capacity, they're not going to be bringing in enough money to pay everybody working, keep the lights on.
Absolutely.
We've never been there before.
Oh, this is uncharted territory, absolutely. You and your husband, you also run a studio. You have a beautiful studio. I told you before, I'm jealous of your focal speakers. I love those speakers right here. How was it for the studio? Are you still seeing clients? How are you dealing with this?
Yeah, well, people that had been regular clients that were in the middle of projects and stuff like that, they continued to come in. And I've been using a lot of the time to get my new record done.
Good.
So that's been working out as far as backup. But strangely enough, two members of my band that I play with in New York got the virus.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. They're okay?
They're both okay. But the bass player called me up. We were supposed to have a rehearsal here for a show in Connecticut, and it was right before all stuff hit,
Yeah.
And he called me in the morning. He said, I hate to cancel, but I don't feel right. And I think I might have the thing. I was like, whoa. So it turned out that he did get the test, and he was positive. And then he got a second test, and it showed that he had the antibodies. So now those people are giving plasma to help the people that are sick.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna shift, and my heart goes out to your band members, and I'm glad that they're okay. I'm gonna shift to a slightly happier subject, which is your number 1 on Billboard.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations. I had a little bit something to do with it, but I'm
you had a lot of it.
No. I'm really honest. I can produce great tracks. It doesn't matter as long as the lead is not right. Nothing's gonna happen. And you did really a fantastic job
Well,
with
Bill
Fellini.
Donato calls you a dream maker.
Yeah, he's on drugs. So, hey, Will. No, thank you. But you know what? I was so happy for you because it's really I thought it was really well deserved, and you stayed number one for like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, I was number one on Billboard for 3 weeks, and at one time, during 1 week, I was number one on Blue Jazz Network, Billboard, and Mediabase.
Wow. Really, I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
It was it was crazy to have it during this whole quarantine time.
Yeah.
But just when it was happening, like I had never had top 10
Oh
before.
wow.
Remember we talked about that? So it was 16, and I had had a 15 before.
Yeah.
But then it jumped from 16 to 7, and I
Yes.
was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm in the top 10.
Yeah.
Now my radio guy Dave Cooner called me up, and he was very nonchalant about talking about the weather or whatever, and then he just happened to interject. And so, how does it feel to be a top 10 Billboard charting? Like, I don't know. Why would I know? Is there a reason why I would know?
That is funny. That is funny. Wow. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
Well, it's just so great to get to work with you. We played together once.
Yeah.
When we were both on Kalimba.
As a matter of fact, we were both on the same label, Kalimba. Yes, for a while.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when I had played with you at Spaghettini's that time, my record was already finished. That was going to come out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I just met you then, so
Yes.
there wouldn't have been any way we could have collaborated back then.
Exactly. And by the way, thank you for being so patient because it almost took me a year to get back to you and write this track for you. And you were so patient, Some of my other clients are like, Greg, what are you doing? I need it now. But you were like, yeah, take your time. We want to do this right.
Yeah.
So thank you for being patient. And luckily, it panned out okay for us.
Oh, it panned out great.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. As you know, as a writer, creative, if you're not feeling it and you have to force it, it's not going to be right.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like playing with musicians on stage. If they're happy, they're going to play better.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
So when I'm doing a live gig, I always give everybody in the band, a little solo space, a little spotlight, So if you weren't feeling, I was just going to wait until maybe you did.
Sometimes being patient.
And it's funny
is good.
that's the title.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. So Paula, what's in store for you? What's coming up? Obviously, right now we can't perform live, but what are your plans for the future?
Well, my new record should come out this summer. I'm finishing the last couple of songs now. I still have some shows booked as of today.
Okay, good.
I'm doing 2 shows coming up with my good friend Cindy Bradley as the Fabulous Blondes.
Oh, wonderful.
That's our name.
Yeah.
We're playing at the Waterfront, Norfolk Waterfront Jazz Festival in Virginia, and the Pensacola Gulf Coast Jazz Festival in September. But it's just, day to day, things cancel or they don't. So I'm hoping that these stay,
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
I think we're going to find out as we start doing shows what's going to be.
yeah, absolutely. No, I think, right now we all go through hard times, but it will pick up. And there's going to be demand for live music because, as you know, music brings joy. It's
yeah,
so important.
people are going to be going crazy for it,
Yeah, absolutely.
I spoke to one promoter that had me booked in North Carolina in a theater, 120 seat theater. So he said he's going to try to secure a 400 seat theater so people can be 6 feet apart.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Absolutely.
So it's crazy that they have to think like that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe this is going to be our new normal. You know, maybe we're gonna play 2,000 seaters. Just keeping it positive.
See, with everything bad comes something good.
Yes,
so,
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Paula, thanks again for coming on. I appreciate it. It's
Thank
always
you so much
always
for
good
having
seeing
me.
you. You look wonderful.
Oh, so do you. Thanks.
And you know, hopefully we're gonna work together again. It will be really fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see you again and play with you. And this whole thing was such a great experience. I can't thank you enough.
Oh man, you're very welcome. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye
Have
bye.
a great day. Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
All right, Paula Atherton is gonna play her Billboard #1 song. Can you feel it? Yeah! Paula Atherton. the next guest that I'm going to have is very special to me. It's my favorite guy in the world. Let's see if I can actually get him here. I'm gonna try to call Mr. Noah, also now known as my son. Just want to check in with him, see how he's doing.
Hi.
Hi Noah, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw you like a week ago after like 2 months, right?
Yes. It was a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Crazy. Looking good, my man.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah,
Long
absolutely.
hair.
Oh, don't even get me started. I need a haircut so badly, but you know. Noah, I basically wanted to have you on here just to quickly talk about how in the world are teenagers dealing with this. You're going to be 18 this year, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, no, this-
18, and you're going to be a senior in high school.
Yes.
How have you been dealing with this?
Well, when this first all started, I think we were all really happy that school was ending. We thought it'd be like a month off, do some homework at home, but then it turns out the whole year is over,
Yeah.
and it just changed it all. We all miss school, just seeing friends there, and surprisingly, I think even for the education aspect, a lot of us want to go back to school because it's hard.
I wanted to ask you, so you know, the whole online thing, the Zoom thing, the classes, is that actually working or kind of? How you feel about it?
I think most people don't like it because the Zoom meetings, at least for our school, it's more of just a check-in, make sure people know what they're supposed to do. And only one of my classes actually teach through the Zooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. How you think teachers are feeling about this?
It's probably worse for teachers
Yeah.
because now they have to keep track of who's doing assignments. Now that we know grades can't be lowered, I think half the grade isn't even showing up.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, so they have to keep track of who's doing what.
Yeah.
And there's really no due dates anymore, so they'd have to grade assignments from like a month ago. It's
Yeah.
probably crazy for them.
Yeah. I hear you. But on a personal level, you know, you basically stayed indoors for months now.
Yeah.
How have you coped with this?
Well, luckily we have wonderful technology, so.
Okay, so are you
think-
keeping in touch with your friends through technology, through like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
FaceTime, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, FaceTime, texting. There's so many ways to contact people.
Yeah.
It's never going to be the same as actually meeting them at school, outside of school, but
Yeah.
I don't think we feel too lonely. That's the word.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So you're still able to make social connections.
No, yeah.
Great.
It hasn't been too hard.
Yeah. On a side note, right? When we talked today, you mentioned that one of your buddies was at a
Yes.
peaceful demonstration in Santa Monica, California, and something happened to him, right?
Yes, he was towards the front of the protesters, right in front of the police, and somebody, I guess, trying to incite some violence, was trying to break the barricade of a CVS, and the police they just started shooting rubber bullets into the crowd.
Wow.
One hit him in the head.
And he got hit in the
Stitches.
head.
Yeah.
Oh wow, needed stitches.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's okay, right?
Yeah, he's fine, but he's not going to be going to any more protests.
Yeah. Wow. How do you personally feel about this protest, about going out there, voicing your opinion?
It's change is needed. It's really something that shouldn't be happening regularly, but really the only way to change it at this point.
Yeah.
And all the protests are really just peaceful. People sitting down, voicing their opinion in front of the police, and there's the people who take advantage of the situations. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to know that's a totally different group.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I'm a grown up. Some people would dispute that, but I think I'm a grown up. But you know, even for me, the constant bombardment of these videos, the crazy stuff you see, to be honest, I have a hard time dealing with it. I'm like, you know, this is like, enough is enough. And I think as a teenager, as a young person, how does it affect you?
I mean, as a young person, a lot of us spend time on social media, a lot of it. And our whole feed right now is just things about Black Lives Matter. And then videos of the protests, some good, some bad. It's a little overwhelming.
Are you scared or you're okay or confused?
It is a little scary because some of the videos you see, like, you really feel like, oh, I know that place. Like, you see some people in the crowds that you know.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say to our viewers?
Well, I guess us teenagers we're finding ways to cope with the situation. And yeah, I think we have a pretty different perspective about everything that's going on, but yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, we talk about it, and you know, for me, your generation, this is hope. You know, you are the change. You know, people like me, I'm too old, but you know, you have the power to change a lot of things. And I also think, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just my perspective, but I think your generation is also, I don't want to say waking up, but you start to see the impact and the power that you actually have.
Oh yeah, and I think social media plays a large part of that. If one person finds out about a incident of injustice at the school, they put it on their story. Now everybody knows about it. So I think for our generation, it's really easy to spread information, and that's a large part of it.
Yeah, I see. Well, Noah, I don't want to hold you up any longer. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. Love you, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye. That's my boy. Last time I played a song and I didn't have a title for it. And actually, you know, I asked you guys, please submit a title. And we found a title. So the untitled song is now called Grateful. And for ending this song, I'd love to play it again. It's featuring very, very talented sax player Judah Seeley. And as I said, we found a name. It's called Grateful. Hopefully gonna come to your radio station very soon. Thanks for checking in. Really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. You know, there's one love. One love. Grateful. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye.